Lieutenant Ethan Cole never planned to play hero that day. He was a logistics officer for the United Terran Fleet, stationed near the neutral zone between human space and the Valoran Empire, a region known for shimmering nebulas and political tension. His ship, the Argus Dawn, had been on a routine supply route when a distress signal appeared on the holoconsole. It was weak, fragmented, but undeniably Valoran. The Valorans were an enigmatic species, humanoid but biologically advanced, their society steeped in ritual and old traditions. The message looped endlessly. This is Princess Alindra Valore of the House Solarith. Life support failing. Request immediate assistance. Coordinates. Most Terran officers would have ignored it. Valorans had accused humans of resource theft only months earlier. But Ethan wasn't most officers. Commander, the distress beacon's within 10,000 kilometers, he said, looking at his superior. The commander shook his head. Valoran territory. Direct involvement could be seen as an act of interference. Ethan clenched his jaw. So we just let someone die out there. The silence was answer enough. 2 hours later, under cover of the nebula's ion storm, Ethan took a small rescue shuttle and slipped away from the Argus Dawn. He told himself he'd face the consequences later, if there was a later. When he arrived, he found a wreck. A small, crystalline Valoran transport vessel, its hull fractured and glowing faintly blue. Inside, the air was thin, the temperature near freezing, and in the center of the chaos lay the princess herself. She was breathtaking in a way that felt unearthly, skin faintly luminous like starlight refracted through water, silver-white hair flowing weightlessly, eyes closed as frost crept along her veins. Her body shimmered with faint bioluminescence fading fast. Her pulse was erratic. Ethan acted on instinct. He hooked her into his portable life support module, warming her gradually, regulating oxygen, and stabilizing her vitals with improvised nanomed injections. "Stay with me," he whispered, even though she couldn't hear him. Hours later, when her eyes fluttered open, she found herself wrapped in Terran medical blankets aboard his shuttle. The moment her gaze met his, the soft silver in her irises pulsed with light. "You are human," she said weakly. "Last I checked." He smiled faintly. "You're lucky I found you." Her voice was soft but regal. "You risked much. My people would not do the same for yours." Ethan shrugged. "Guess I'm not like most people." Middle, a cultural shock. Once back on the Argus Dawn, Ethan faced immediate arrest for unauthorized departure. But before any punishment could be dealt, the Valoran flagship Solari's Ascendant appeared out of warp, a gleaming leviathan of light and crystalline metal. Its commander demanded the immediate return of Princess Alindra Valore, alive and unharmed. When she was escorted to the transfer bay, Alindra surprised everyone by refusing to leave Ethan's side. "He saved my life," she said firmly. "By the laws of ancestral binding, he has earned a debt of life preservation. He must be honored accordingly." The Valoran commander looked uneasy. "Your Highness, the ancient code." "I am invoking it," she interrupted. "He saved me. Therefore, by our oldest tradition, he is to be joined with me." The room went dead silent. Ethan blinked. "Joined? As in?" Alindra looked at him serenely. "Marriage. It is our way. To save a royal life is to bind fates. Refusal is forbidden." The Terran commander nearly choked. "This is absurd." But Alindra's tone carried centuries of noble authority. "It is law." Ethan's mind raced. "Listen, Princess, I didn't save you for reward. I just—" She stepped closer, her silver eyes unwavering. "Then you saved me for no reason." He sighed, defeated. No, that's not what I meant." "Then you accept the bond," she said simply. He opened his mouth to argue, but before he could, Two Valoran attendants began performing the binding ritual, a ceremonial clasping of hands surrounded by glowing orbs that scanned both participants' biosignatures. When the light faded, a soft blue mark appeared on Ethan's wrist, a faint, intertwined sigil, proof of union in Valoran culture. "By the stars," he muttered, staring at it. "I just got married to an alien princess." Alindra tilted her head curiously. "Do humans not value such unions?" Ethan groaned. "Not usually when they happen by accident." Middle continues, between duty and desire. The following days were surreal. Alindra remained aboard the Terran ship as an honored guest, though technically she was now Ethan's bondmate. Diplomatic chaos erupted between both civilizations. The Valoran royal court demanded that Ethan be delivered to their homeworld, while the Terran council debated how to handle an interspecies marriage that could spark political consequences, or peace. Through it all, Alindra stayed close to him. "I have studied humans," she told him during one of her long walks along the observation corridor. "You are emotional. You value freedom, even when it costs you stability. I find that both illogical and admirable." Ethan smiled. "You sound like my high school teacher." She frowned slightly. "I do not know this high school, but I know that your defiance saved my life. You could have left me to die. Instead, you risked exile." "Would have done it again," he said softly. Her eyes glimmered. "Then perhaps fate was not mistaken to bind us." He felt his heart thud. "You really believe that?" "In my culture," she said, "love is not an emotion. It is a cosmic balance, a tether between life givers. When you revived me, our life energies intertwined." Ethan chuckled nervously. "So, we're cosmically tethered. No pressure." She smiled faintly. "You joke to hide discomfort. Humans are fascinating." Over time, their awkward alliance grew into something genuine. Alindra's presence changed the mood aboard the August Dawn. Her calm wisdom, her luminous presence, her curiosity about human culture. She'd watch Ethan repair shuttles or teach cadets, her silver gaze studying him like an artist examining light. And sometimes, when no one else was around, she'd reach for his wrist where the bond mark shimmered. "You are my protector," she'd whisper, "but perhaps also my heart." Crisis, the price of honor. 3 weeks after the rescue, a new transmission arrived from the Valoran High Council. By decree of the Royal Code, the human Ethan Cole is summoned to Valora Prime to complete the union of life bond. As for the sacred tradition, failure to appear will nullify the treaty of peace between our races. The August Dawn commander glared at Ethan. "You understand what this means? If you refuse, we could start a war." Ethan swallowed hard. "And if I go?" "You'll be bound to her for life, under alien law." He thought of Alindra, the night she'd laughed for the first time, the way her touch glowed against his skin, the strange calm he felt whenever she was near. He met the commander's gaze. "Then I guess I'm going." The grand ceremony. The Valoran capital was like something out of myth, a planet of translucent spires, floating gardens, and rivers of liquid light. Ethan felt out of place in his Terran uniform, standing beside the radiant princess in a hall full of alien dignitaries. The union of life bond ceremony began with an ancient chant, a deep resonance that vibrated through the air and into his bones. 2 orbs of energy hovered between them, merging slowly until they pulsed as one. Alindra turned to him, her voice soft but resolute. "Once the merge complete,